Yet again, apparently Kevin Tracker frantically attempts to track down his put under the sun and plans to involve his ex Wendy Williams. For this after Kevin's lawyers had suggested that he drop the claim against her his imaginative brain, let out one more terrible plan on the most proficient method to draw nearer to Wendy's wealth. And this time he needs to be back in her life for good. Well, possibly not as a spouse, then as a husband, then as a maker of her impending tasks. Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. I keep my eyes on the most shocking occasions in Broadway and continuously present to you the most sizzling updates. So having burned through 1 year with no pay, Kevin Tracker is by all accounts pretty frantic to find another extraordinary venture he can deliver. And clearly he accepts that karma is his ally, since his ex Wendy Williams began dealing with a few projects simultaneously. Yet will Wendy at any point let her ex come near her again after all that? He had put her through Stay With Me for the rest of this video, and you'll be quick to figure out it appears to be that Kevin Tracker is loaded with imagination, as he stated, yet tragically an adequate number of all his imaginative reasoning is aimed at one thing: to get additional cash from his ex. And since this man lost all opportunities to get his support installments back, and his own legitimate group demanded that he drops the case, he tracked down one more lifestyle choice. Off Wendy sources uncovered that Kevin's new arrangement is to offer Wendy to cooperate on her task of. I wish this man was similar fervent while working on his own tasks, and not composition on Wendy's name. But rather, as we probably are aware, the timing appears to be very lucky for Kevin. And keeping in mind that his opportunities to arrive at Wendy's records are disappearing, he might in any case have a shot at working with her again. Essentially, this is what Kevin accepts Wendy is as of now chipping away at a few secret undertakings that will stamp her rebound following 2 or 3 unpleasant years. Wendy's delegate affirmed that the previous television has caught up with work and her new projects, including the hotly anticipated digital broadcast. Yet he would not unveil more around than alluding to the mystery of these undertakings. He said right now, Wendy is chipping away at a few ventures. She is prepared to get things moving and return to being Wendy Williams. Yes, the webcast is still in progress. It seems like Kevin Tracker accepts that this is his fortunate opportunity to demonstrate his own value to Wendy and get more pay too. This man had proactively been riding on the rear of her prosperity for a really long time, and he realizes that Wendy fundamentally transforms all that she contacts into gold, whether it's a radio program or a program. Evidently, he actually any desires for being a piece of her projects, and that is the reason he needs to offer his administrations. As a maker and an innovative chief, he previously guaranteed in his meetings that he and Wendy make a decent group. Well, I surmise that Kevin feels that Wendy wouldn't prevail without him, in light of the fact that, as he stated before, he had been the genius behind the entirety of Wendy's past undertakings, including the famous The Wendy Williams Show, which had been on television for 13 seasons. In his meeting with the West Side periodical, he stated my protected innovation of the production of The Wendy Williams Show and how it needed to go over was key. They could not have possibly encountered the achievement they had without me. Well, I for one uncertainty that this is valid, yet Kevin is by all accounts so sure about his innovativeness and licensed innovation that he believes Wendy should recognize the way that she really wants him close. By not as a husband, obviously, that boat has cruised, yet as a maker and a supervisor, since he was at that point working with her on their past ventures. He trusts that Wendy would disregard their quarrel and permit him to take part in her new program things. Yet I suppose you definitely understand what he truly believes it's not should get back on television or offer to set things right with his ex, who he heard a ton. His principal objective is the large numbers that he might possibly get. And since he lost his primary type of revenue, which would shock Wendy's provision checks, he wants another work pronto. So in the wake of suing her over neglected provision, he gullibly accepts that Wendy would be glad to give him a task again. I want to see Wendy Williams' face when she heard these venturesome things. Since kid, she probably giggled hard, yet since Kevin previously uncovered how vigorously he had depended on her, I don't figure he would back up. He previously spent most of his cash on Serena's luxurious way of life and doesn't have a solitary dime to cover his own bills. Even his recording to the court was brimming with misfortunes.